So tell us a little bit about Wilderness Safaris, please.
So Wilderness Safaris, yeah, we've been operating in Zambia for many years now. We've got 3 camps up in Zambia. So our closest camp is Tokalea, just outside of Livingston in the Mozio-Tunya National Park, right along the Zambezi River. So you're going to sleep to the sound of the river and you're waking up to the sound of the river as well. And then further north, our seasonal camps are right in the northern tip of Kafue National Park. So we've got 2 camps. Our entry level is Busanga Bush Camp. Nice and quaint, everything on the ground, only 4 tents. So lovely for families or small groups or private guides wishing to travel and take over a whole camp themselves. And then the sister camp, the bigger sister, which is Shumba Camp, also quite small, 6 tents, including a family tent, a little bit more upmarket, so better food offering, drinks offering, and elevated on stilts with a swimming pool.
So Kafunta is an owner-run property, and we're located in South Luangwa. And we have 3 actual camps, a main lot and 2 bush camps, and we've been around for 20 years. So perfect destination, great value, great rates, and great service.
Chiawa Safaris, well, we're old, 30 years in the business, but what's new is we're moving into the South Luangwa. For years, our clients and agents have been saying, why can't you do something like this in the South Luangwa? So we have, through a collaboration with a new company called Chicheli Safaris, which bought well-known, much-loved Chicheli Presidential Lodge and Buku Ridge Camp from Sanctuary Retreats last year. So we get to, with them, come up with a complete new concept from paper to execution. And we've got a contract to do just that, deliver what I think is going to be a Africa-beating tented safari experience opening in August this year.
Excellent.
Yep, well, it's hard to know where to start, but we're based in the Kafue National Park, and we're an owner-run company. Myself and my colleague Phil started the company 7 years ago. We have 2 properties, 2 camps, small bush camps in the northern Kafue. Our home is at Musakesi, that's where we sort of started out from. And we've been there for, coming into the 7th year of operation now there. We also have a camp further north on the Busanga Plains, which is a better known area of the Kafue. And so trips combining sort of 2 different areas, 2 different camps, and the associated sort of wildlife and habitats at both properties is seeming to be a nice sort of combination for the Kafue National Park.
So what's unique about Kafue National Park, would you say?
I think that's probably the biggest question. Not many people know what the Kafue is, because the Kafue is so many different things. You might have a preconception of what the Victoria Falls looks like if you've never been there. You might have a preconception of what the Luangwa Valley looks like if you've never been there. But the Kafue, what does that look like? And that's been one of the difficulties I've found, is trying to paint a picture of what the Kafue might be like for folk who haven't been. Because in the north you've got the Busanga Plains, which in itself is a big grassy floodplain with lechwe and all kinds of different animals. Then down where we are at Musakesi, it's very unique again, but it's more sort of elephants and big game and lion and things like that. And then through to the rapids sections of the rivers, and it's so many different things, which is its beauty, because it's like safaring in 10 different parks within one.
Waterbury is about 20 kilometres upstream from Vic Falls, and the benefit to that, of course, is that you're really near the falls within easy reach, but you're away from the sort of tourism noise of helicopters. Irritating. It's wonderful. It's completely peaceful, small, exclusive, opposite the Zambezi National Park in Zimbabwe, so we have a lot of game. We're not a wildlife lodge, we're about the river, actually. We're about people coming here and having a rest after they've either travelled a long way or been out on safari, which can be quite tiring. So we say to people that we're about the river culture and community. We've got a big school project that we show people. We take people into Livingstone, which used to be the capital of Northern Rhodesia, and is a fantastic historic town. It's not a tourist town, it's a town where Zambians really lead their lives. So if you want to see what Zambia is really like, the market, the museum, the historic buildings. And that's what we promote at Waterbury.
All 7 of our properties are located within South Luangwa National Park in Zambia. We operate Mfui Lodge, which is our largest property. It's about 45 minutes from the airport, 3 kilometers inside the main gate. Has 18 chalets, a swimming pool, a spa, curio shop, etc. And then we operate 6 bush camps. All 6 of our bush camps are still inside the park in the remote southern part of the park. We are the only company with any concession in that area of the park. So there's no other camps down there, and won't be. We have the exclusive rights down there. Our camps are all small, 4 chalets each, a maximum of 8 guests. Many of our guests like to do walking safaris. It's sort of what the park is known for, the home of the walking safari. Having said that, we offer drives as well. So guests can do a combination of walking and driving.
We specialise, so we really do just work in Zambia and just with the trade. We move more people through Zambia than anyone else and have more in-depth knowledge about the various camps that are operating throughout Zambia than any other company. So we like to use that knowledge to benefit the companies that choose to book Zambia through us. So that's in the booking process, and then obviously when their clients are travelling in Zambia, there's a lot of backup that we can provide there, just to provide peace of mind for the agents back here in the UK.
So ProFlight Zambia is the only scheduled airline currently servicing the tourism routes in Zambia. So we operate 10 domestic destinations and 3 regional, with Mfui, Jeki, Livingston, Jeki, Lusaka, Mfui, Lusaka, Livingston, and Livingston, Kalabo being the key tourism routes.
And why should UK tour operators choose ProFlight?
Because it's the most convenient way to get around to see the tourism sites. So Zambia is a very large country and with a limited road infrastructure, so the most convenient way for tourists to visit the tourism destinations in Zambia is by air, and we service all of those destinations.
So Remote Africa started in 1995 by John and Carol Coppinger. They were working in the valley for a long time before that and couldn't leave, so set up their own operation. It started with Tafika Camp and it grew from there. So we now have 5 camps as of this year, 3 in the South Luangwa National Park and 2 in the North Luangwa. Yes, exciting new development. We're opening Tukwela Camp in July this year. So yes, we're very excited about that and expanding in the North Park, which is I think it's pretty much an undiscovered gem of Zambia, really. Offers amazing wildlife and hardly anyone there, so yeah, very exclusive experience. So we're looking forward to it, expanding up there.
And Nick, do you do combined tours between your lodges? Is that something you
Yeah, we generally like to try and get people into each of the camps as far as possible. Not everyone's interested in walking, so that depends on the guests. But we try and get them into Tafika for sort of 3 nights and then probably 2 or 3 nights at the walking camps. We have a lot of repeat guests, which is great. It means people are happy coming back and enjoy their stays with us.
Thornycroft Lodge is located on the banks of the Luangwa River. We are an intimate bush-style lodge. We do have 9 en-suite riverview chalets available. They all have the same standard of quality, and they can accommodate 2 to 3 people each. We do the morning and the night game drives. On request, guests are able to join full-day drives. In dry season, there's a great opportunity to do walking safari, and we also offer visits to local community projects and to village tours.
What makes Thornycroft Lodge special?
Because Thornycroft Lodge is quite an intimate lodge, it allows us to customize our service to the guest needs, to create quite a familiar atmosphere within the lodge, and to create experiences that meet expectations.
Lion Camp is based in South Luangwa, right at the north of South Luangwa, about 40 kilometers from the gates. And I think that's actually the first thing that I tell people that makes it quite unique, is the location. Up north, it's not based right on the riverbanks, it's based on an oxbow lagoon, where you can actually see more animals than people. And I think that exclusive location makes it quite attractive for people.
Okay. And what kind of guests do you get? Do you get luxury travellers, families? What's your market, would you say?
Well, we have 10 luxury suites, or tents, how we call that. It's quite popular for, I would say, honeymoon couples, or people that want to stay and not follow the strict routine of a safari camp. So we're quite flexible. If people want to stay in the tent and just look at the animals all day, we allow that. There's no chasing them out of bed 6 o'clock in the morning, go on a game drive. If they want to go 8 o'clock on a game drive, we can arrange that for them. So yeah, there's quite a mixture of, I would say, affluent families that enjoy luxury travel, but also enjoy the eco-friendly part of a lodge where we are all driven by solar power, and yeah, we quite focus on that.
So Royal Zambezi Lodge is a privately owned lodge located on the Chiawa Game Management Area, which is 10 minutes into the Lower Zambezi National Park by boat or vehicle. We're directly opposite Mana Pools, the UNESCO World Heritage Site in Zimbabwe, and a 30-minute flight from Lusaka into Royal's Airstrip, which is 10 minutes from the lodge. We've got 15 luxury tented suites, 8 deluxe and 7 presidential. We've got an award-winning spa. We're open year-round. We offer private guiding to all our guests. And we've just recently launched a new scheduled charter flight connecting Livingston and Lusaka to Royal Airstrip, and it's open to general consumption. We look forward to welcoming your guests to the royal family.
Zambezi Grand Private Game Experience is a luxurious, privately owned lodge on the banks of the mighty Zambezi River in Zambia. We have 10 brick-built, air-conditioned rooms, all with panoramic views of the river, and our fabulously friendly staff cater for everyone's in need.
Wow, that sounds absolutely wonderful. And to whom would Zambezi Grand appeal?
Discerning travellers who seek a remote wilderness experience in uncompromisable luxury. Zambezi Grand offers pure relaxation and the opportunity to explore numerous safari and river activities. We look forward to welcoming you.
Shendon Safaris is in the South Luangwa National Park in Zambia. We're a 2.5-hour drive from the main area, so we're really deep into the secluded area of the national park. We have 2 camps, Kamageo and Mwamba. Kamageo is our main camp on the Luangwa River, and Mwamba is our bush camp that's further inland. Kamageo has 6 chalets, Mwamba has 4 chalets. So they're really intimate and beautiful experiences. What we're well known for is that we offer our guests 3 daily activities. So you're not just going out there in the, let's say, clockwork scheduled safari opportunities. What we're doing is making sure that you have the ultimate safari experience by being as flexible as we can with our daily structure. You have a morning, midday and afternoon, and we have 5 different photographic hides that guests can go and experience, as well as doing walking safaris and game drives in our area. So there's really a lot to do when you're at Shendon Safaris, and it's all about the wildlife.
Yeah, the UK market is probably one of our strongest markets, and of course we want to always develop. I think there's always room to grow. That was the idea behind completely redesigning and rebuilding Sausage Street Camp last year, like to relaunch a brand new product almost to the market. But Sausage Street Camp has that well-known name behind it with over 20 years experience, so people still know about it. But now when they're coming out, and just try and get repeat guests, you know, to come back and see what it's all about now. Yeah. But in terms of the Lower Zambezi, offering a great product, you know, the land and the water-based activities, something for everyone, and the wildlife, big and small, you know, so I think it really does provide something for every guest.
I want you and Banja to tell everybody about what we do and where we are.
I'm Benson Kaloza. I want to show you Kamageo Lodge. Kamageo Lodge is located on the most beautiful stretch of Kafue River. We do our game drive in Kafue National Park, which is 10 minutes boat ride from the lodge. The nicer thing is most of the time you're on your own. As you can see, we are boating on the Kafue. Nyambo, how's the walk?
Welcome back. How was your Kamili?
Thank you. It was awesome.
That's what we have to drive for dinner tonight.